Dance like I'm Ruby. I do my hoodie and keep it moving like I'm Boozy. I can't help it if they choosy. Like my girl bad and bougie. I feel like I'm underrated like that last verse from Lil Uzi. All the data and the analytics couldn't track the drip when I'm in a dip. Swear I got a been a fourth member, but the hammer tones like my pulling up like my name was Christoph. When I lift off, got you Afro bang in the Hall of Fame, and I love the names like dip, 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 yeah. We go pull up when it's game time. Yeah. Side hustling on the baseline. Nah, we can never waste time. Nah, won't stop till the game. We go pull up when it's game time. Side hustling on the baseline. We don't waste time. We don't waste. Okay. Ballin', now we ballin'. Hey, big dough, hanging out the window. Hey, up, ballin' with my hip bone. Hey, yeah.
You scream, this Venus, I might tell a colors water on water, Katrina right there like it's tennis, no cap 20,000 in the I just put up with a diva, she bougie as they be leeching that is cheaper to keep her, it's cheaper to leave her. Italian linen, I'm clean as a priest. I need no fees, no when I'm preaching these facts and these speeds. Don't drink a bottle on the back of my sneakers. This on my own, just like Ace from the clean street. I still got Ace from the teacher. Stepped out on the floor, I had hate from the bleach. Rain the alarm, it was 2 minutes. I ship it off like a message. Time to heat this up, what's the temperature? For some reason, they all on my cellular. I can't lose, so don't be a competitor. Whipping 392s, not the Teslas. It's a habit hustling on the regular. Ain't know that was your. Like how my neck look like a chandelier. I mean how my neck look like a chandelier. Drop 2,500 just on some gear. I don't not my pill. I'm 10 steps ahead, too far from the real. I slow, but I see that clear. Man above, only man that I feel. Leveled up, we in two different
2K Sports welcomes you to the following presentation of the NBA.
For the land of the free and the home.
Welcome everybody to another presentation of the NBA Live on 2K Sports. This is Kevin Harlan, and we've got Steve Smith and Greg Anthony at the table with me. And the fourth member of our crew, David Aldridge, our sideline reporter. And checking out Utah's opening lineup, Conley and Mitchell, the talented backcourt pair. Bogdanovich out there with O'Neal. And it's Gobert in at the pivot spot, manning the middle. And for the Clippers, Paul George is out there with Patrick Beverley. Then it's Marcus Morris. Then it's Ivica Zubac. And it's Leonard in at the 3. Plenty of experience, Greg, on the floor tonight. How does that shape what we're about to see, do you think?
You know, Kevin, this is one of those games where guys are going to be smart out on the floor. They're going to be in the right positions to make plays. And honestly, this could come down to who makes the bigger, tougher shots.
And the Jazz start out with the ball. Bounce pass, Conley. To Mitchell. Gobert against Zubac. Gobert the pass to Mitchell. 6 to shoot. Sinks that one from the post. Mitchell's got the game going with his first points of the game for Utah.
That's the result of hard work. Mitchell just gets better and better off bounce.
Leonard finds George. From outside the arc. It does to him. And it's used the other way. And on our sideline, our reporter, David.
Well, Lou and I had a few minutes to share. He knows they'll get an advantage if they can neutralize Rudy Gobert on the offensive end. Gobert's height and presence inside makes it really difficult to help defenders to leave him on drives. They'll try to stay at home on the rotations a bit more because of that. But that's a pick-your-poison situation. Guys?
Thank you, David. Now Beverly, following the miss by Michael Conley from deep. With the floater, nobody near Leonard. Nailed from three-point land.
I love the patience Beverly has developed with the ball in his hands. Terrific find.
O'Neal to Mitchell. They get it back. Gobert can't hit.
Shut down. This is the way you play defense. This is how you protect the rim.
Morris with the bucket.
Paul knows the defense is locked in on him, so he takes a bench and finds the open man. The homecoming for Paul George, playing in L.A. with the Clippers. They gave up a king's ransom to OKC. 5 first-round picks and Danilo Gallinari and Shai Gilgeous-Alexander. High percentage look for him, but bottom line, you're not all going to go down.
And they pick up 2. Leonard's got 5 now.
Pushing the action, always working for the best shot. Nice drive by Kawhi.
Guys, they're looking for a way to score here.
Yeah, they've had a tough time taking the lid off.
Here's Mitchell, and it's Mitchell with the jam.
And guys, he's not an easy man to stop when he's got the rim in his sights.
Never has been, never will be. He is a determined finisher. Now, here is George. Leonard on the wing. The shot's good on the sword. He has 7.
The ball movement on this run has been fantastic and is a big part of why to get these good looks.
Mitchell's shot is good.
He's hot this quarter, getting the shots he wants, and he's delivering.
Outside Leonard. With the shot. Misses off the right iron. And then that's for the first quarter. Los Angeles on top. They're up by 4. And we'll be back in just a moment with the start of the second quarter. And for those of you just tuning in, the second quarter of action is where we're at right now. And let's quickly break down the game we've seen so far from the Clippers, guys. What are your thoughts?
Boy, their offense looks really good when everyone's in sync. Terrific first quarter.
This is exactly what you want to see if you're a coach. Your team starting fast and playing confidence.
Los Angeles leading by 4. And now let's check out the lineups courtesy of Gatorade, all fueled up and ready to go. Here's the second quarter of play. And so in the game for the Jazz, we've got Joe Ingles. Donovan was up with Clarkson. Then there's Bojan Bogdanovic, and it's Favors in at the 5. Clock is at 3. Bogdanovic with it. No points in the game yet for him.
I mean, not only does Bogdanovic stretch the floor, but he can really stretch it from beyond 30 feet.
Greg, he is with incredible range and a quick trigger, might I add. You have to stay connected to Bogdanovic defensively because he can go on scoring tears where there's just no stopping him.
And a chance there to look back at the stunning mobile one block a moment ago.
Some intimidation right away. Got to show those shooters you're going to be there all night long.
And it's the Clippers with the ball. 4-point game. Mitchell against Rondo. Out to Ibaka. Wide open. One up, one down. 2 points with his first shot this game.
Exactly what you want from that play. Get it to Serge where he can simply rise and fire.
Mitchell passes to Favors. Back to Mitchell. Shakes off the strong D and gets bucket 2. Mitchell's got 8.
And his presence as a scorer, it just has a calming effect for the rest of the team. He's a fallback option whenever they need one.
1:39 left to play here in the second quarter. Clarkson taking his time here, and that one dropped for him. Greg, you're the all-time assist leader for the Big West Conference. In that frame, talk about some of the traits that make for a good floor general, a good facilitator.
Yeah, I mean, listen, you have to be a leader. That's what the position calls for. Unselfishness, instincts, that stuff matters. But ultimately, your teammates got to feel like you play for them. And that's when you have a chance as a team to be special.
I'm assuming you've always been like that. Am I correct?
No, that is not
really?
true.
Wow.
I evolved into a leader. In all seriousness, I think some guys are natural. Others, like myself, had to evolve into it. The defense not putting up any fight on the inside. They've allowed 10 straight points in the paint.
44 seconds left in the second quarter. Leonard up and in for the basket. Number 4. That's 4-5 now.
Driving with a purpose. Leonard shakes off the hit, maintains focus, count it.
Clarkson passes to Favors. Clarkson against Rondo. Shot is good, and the Los Angeles leads cut down to just 2 points on the bucket from Clarkson.
I don't know what's happening defensively, but they're not putting up any resistance.
Now here's Leonard. 9 points in the game so far. We've got 13 seconds left here in the second. Pass to Batum. Down to 5 on the shot clock. And foul on the shot, so he'll get to the line. They get Derek Favors.
And Batum brings length and a versatile game to his spot on the wing, and his defense always a big asset for this team. He's the kind of player that everybody needs to have out there, kind of a glue guy.
Shooting 2.
And he makes the first. Both free throws good from Batum.
And that's another area where he is just a superb player at the free throw line.
Just a good all-around player. Ingles will score for you, and if he doesn't have the shot, he will keep the basketball moving.
And the whole game so far through the first 2 quarters as we reach halftime. Clippers lead by 2. And a chance now to send it over to David Aldridge, standing by courtside. David.
Hey, Kevin, thank you. Kawhi, a big first half for you all offensively, but big first half for them, too. Any concern there?
They're still scoring pretty good, so we got to play better defense second half because we don't know if we're going to keep making the shots that we're making right now.
We'll see who can get some stops, Kawhi. Thank you. Back to you, Kevin.
All right, thank you, David. And folks, don't go away after the break. We'll see you right back here for the start of quarter number 3.
The 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Greetings to each and every one of you watching at this very moment. I'm Ernie Johnson. Kenny the Jet Smith is here. Shaq is here. One half is behind us. Welcome to the 2K Sports Halftime Show. And Kenny, like Kawhi Leonard, Paul George doesn't show a whole lot of emotion. He lets the production speak for itself.
That's why George has handpicked Kawhi to team up with. The only drama that George causes is to the opponent.
Yeah, he has all the tools to be MVP, but for him, it's not about the awards. He's focused on the titles.
And that'll do it for us. The third quarter about to begin with Kevin Harlan standing by. We'll catch you on the flip side.
My brother.
And after a fairly even first couple of quarters, the second half could turn out to be a great one as both teams try to gain an edge. You have to like what we're seeing so far from Kawhi Leonard.
His play so far is what fans love about him. He has gone right at the defense time and time again.
And not standing around, not settling for perimeter shots. He's looking to attack.
Patrick Beverly out there with Paul George. Then it's Ivica Zubac. Then there's Kawhi Leonard. And it's Morris in at the power forward. That's the group starting the second half for Tyronn Lue.
You know, offensive rebound is largely about hustle. Paul George plays with great energy and focus.
Here's Mitchell. Morris with the rebound. And so Beverly will bring it up for Los Angeles. They lead by 4.
And when you talk about certain players having that it factor, Donovan Mitchell fits that bill.
He does. Confident in his approach, GA. Fearless on his attack. Donovan Mitchell is one of those guys who can go off for 50 if you let him get into rhythm. As long as he's in Utah, that team will remain competitive.
And here is O'Neal after Paul George getting his 3 to go. Mitchell is double. Right side, Bogdanovich. 1:57 left in the third quarter. No good on the triple.
You know, he was looking for revenge, trying to match shots from distance.
Leonard kicks to George. Releases from 15. The shot that time, not on target. And it's Utah the other way. Bogdanovich passes to Mitchell. Gobert trying to get open. And takes a nice bounce off the right iron and down.
And his teammates appreciate the unselfishness. Bogdanovich willing to get it to his open guys.
Beverly against Mitchell. Second chance shot. Gobert with block.
And that's one of Gobert's specialties, a shot blocking master.
And Los Angeles with some changes. Serge Ibaka is checked in for Zubac. Reggie Jackson comes in for Kawhi Leonard. Rajon Rondo is subbed in for Patrick Beverly. The Jazz also changing it up. Derek Favors checked in for Bogdanovich. And it's Clarkson in for Donovan Mitchell. Minutes gone in this third quarter now. Shot clock at 6. Morris kicks to George. Gobert with the block.
Something that's kept this game close is the fact that the rebound stats for both teams are almost identical.
Here's O'Neal. Second chance effort. And he sinks the layup.
Timeout. Important points there. Got him on a nice play, getting the ball inside and right to the bucket.
And the Clippers call time here In addition to going over the game plan and making whatever necessary adjustments have to be made, Greg, this timeout also the time for players to get rehydrated or hydrate for the first time with some Gatorade. Plenty of basketball still to be played here, and they have to get recharged.
That's a great point. Without proper hydration, a player can completely run out of gas down the stretch of a game, and that's something that none of these guys can afford to have happen. If you're going to battle all the way to the finish, you have got to be hydrated.
Nicholas Batum, he's checked in for the Clippers. And Utah with a change here too. Joe Ingles, he's checked in for O'Neal. They can trade 2 for 1 here.
Be the right move, I believe, right now.
Morris outside. Here's George. The shot's good. George has got 7 points.
Excellent concentration from Paul George, overwhelming the aggressive defense with his strength and determination.
Jackson against Clarkson. Outside Conley. Jacks up a 3. Drills it from outside. Conley's got his first 3 points of the game.
And this is something Conley's worked on since entering the league, his ability to stretch the floor.
George looking over the floor. Comes up with the deuce. He's got 9.
Nice touch there near the hoop.
Paul George and the guy making things happen for the LA Clippers. He finishes with 9 points a quarter. The D is having all sorts of problems with him. And don't go away. We'll be right back. And a worthy candidate tonight as we take a look at our State Farm assist of the game.
And the definition of teamwork right there, guys. I mean, what great communication between them, and what a beautiful feed.
Fundamental basketball. Keep your eyes up, keep the ball moving. You're going to keep the defense on its heels.
And I know I speak for all of us when I say I can't wait to see what kind of finish awaits us here in the fourth. So on the floor for Utah. Favor Gobert, the tough pair inside. Jordan Clarkson is out there with Conley. And it's Ingles at the small forward. Clippers leading by 4. And now the fast break. George with the ball. To Morris. Tries again. And the Clippers getting another bucket right there.
That's looking for from Jackson. Staying patient, surveying the court, locates the open man.
Jackson again. Clark. Pass to Conley. The Jazz need to get off a shot here. Plenty of daylight on that shot.
You in the league do a better job of finding the open man than Mike Conley.
The pass to Morris. Just over a minute played here in the fourth. Rondo against Conley. Rondo scanning the floor. They grabbed their own miss. And no good.
Even though he missed it, this is the exact play your offense is designed to produce.
Here's Clarkson. Sweet little floater. And now just a 1-point Los Angeles lead.
That's nice work, stopping short of the rim, just laying it over the top.
And the Clippers call time here. They're leading by 1. 1:35 left here in the fourth quarter. And Los Angeles with some changes. Zubac is checked in for Morris. Leonard comes in for Reggie Jackson. And it's Patrick Beverly in for Rajon Rondo. The Jazz also changing it up. O'Neal comes in for Derek Favors. And Bogdanovich is subbed in for Joe Ingles. And let's catch up with the sideline reporter, David Alden.
Well, guys, over the break, I was able to listen to Teron Lou's huddle. Wants them to maintain their balanced attack, but he told them they're doing a great job of finding space out on the perimeter to let those good shots. He likes the rhythm and the flow of this offense. He just told them to keep shooting it with confidence.
Here's Clarkson. Kawhi Leonard making his last shot. O'Neal gets to Conley. Over Beverly. It's good, and the Clipper lead is cut to just 1 point on the basket from Mike Conley.
With the game's momentum up for grabs, Conley back in the guy to take the crucial shot. Just a remarkable score in these situations.
Now here's Leonard. Count it!
That is world class.
Incredible shot with everything on the line coming through for his team.
Utah calls timeout. They're trailing by 3. 55 seconds left in the fourth quarter. And now, a moment to present the New Balance Player of the Game, Paul George.
And he's played this entire game on his front foot, Kevin. I mean, driving the lane, going to the rim with purpose, and getting those points the hard way.
Los Angeles making a switch here. Morris is checked in. "55 seconds left to play in the final quarter. George against Clarkson. Can't get that one to fall. George with the defensive effort. Absolutely critical chance right here.
They need this one to go their way.
Leonard finds George. Back to Leonard. Good ball movement here by the Clippers. And the dunk by Zubac.
Kawhi is carving up this defense. Love his awareness. He is finding the open man.
Utah calls timeout. They're trailing by 5. 26 seconds left in the fourth quarter of this one. .26 seconds left in the fourth quarter. It's in! What a beautiful shot to bring them within 3.
Game on the line. You trust Mike Conley to deliver.
And they foul intentionally. And it's Leonard with the ball. He'll bring it up for the Los Angeles. And he commits the intentional foul.
Yeah, you can't let them hold the ball and just milk those last seconds away.
First free throw is good, and that gives them a 4-point cushion.
The consummate team player. Paul George is an excellent leader, and he's cool to let others lead also.
And Bowie drops them both. It's a 5-point game.
Men is showing confidence by getting those two to fall.
They've got to take the first good shot they can find.
And even if they make it, they need an immediate foul no matter who catches the ball.
Conley for 3. Kicks it out to Bogdanovich. From deep 3-point range, Conley's shot is off. And so they choose to intend the shot.
Shooting for Los Angeles, Patrick Beverly. 2 shots.
He hits the first one, and that increases their lead to 6.
You really wouldn't know what size he is because Patrick Beverly gives you toughness at that point guard position, and he's physical.
So he gets them both in a 7-point game. Here is Conley. On deep. It drops.
Conley loves that pull-up jumper. When the defense least expects it, he sticks to him.
So it's the Clippers taking the win in a close one. Probably a little closer than they would have liked it, but a win nonetheless.
Yeah, but I really got a sense that the fans gave them that emotional boost that was needed down the stretch. This crowd, man, they were electric.
It's time now to go courtside as we send you over to David Aldridge from the sideline. David, take it away.
Kevin, thank you. Why you all turned it on down the stretch, so what was the difference?
You started to play defense and execute on the offensive end, and we finally started to knock down shots.
Well, that led to a win, man, and I appreciate your time. Back to you, Kevin.
Thank you, David. Great interview once again. Well, folks, that's going to do it for now. Now, for Greg Anthony, Steve Smith, and David Aldridge, this is Kevin Harlan. Thanks for watching the NBA here on 2K Sports. We'll see you next time. Have a great evening.